onto the Patron trailer. There appears to be nothing online about packing these mothers up, so I'll give you a quick video of how we go about doing it and how quick and easy that can be. Okay, so don't worry about the lights being on. You can turn them off at the main supply at the end. It's just important to get all these poles out, get things packed down nice and neatly where they go. So let's have a go. Going to the main bedded area, we have the standard mattress that comes with the trailer, plus a lamb's wool overlay and a normal queen size bed topper. They're those ones that are about this tall, nice and spongy. We find that that's more than adequate. I'm over 100 kilos, my wife's only about 80, so it's quite comfortable. Key thing, these straps here, make sure they're done up just firmly. They don't have to be overly tight. Don't pull too tight on these clips. It's only plastic, you can end up breaking one pretty quickly. So what I like to do first is to undo these side poles and undo these supports, these braces from the top here. Remove the braces, remove the two braces down on the corner here, yeah, and then undo, that's the main arm going up to the top there, can't see that very well. Undo those and just let it drop down a little bit. Yep, so we'll do that first. So I've got these two end poles now. They were the supports. Yep, and then these are the bracing bars. I think if you're referring to numbers, these are all number 7s. These are 13s. There's only 2 of these in the kit, so shouldn't have any trouble with those. One thing that's handy that you can do with these, bring them down here, and they should nice and easily fit. This is the passenger side storage area. Just make sure these are facing downwards, so you don't get any marks and whatnot on your lovely lid. Okie dokie, these number 7 posts we take right out of the trailer. Okay, so they're removed. Let's move on to the main eating area. Just remove these number 7s. And if you remove one of them, just undo, push it all the way in, screw it up again, then you can easily take them out like that. Just put them all together. Another one over here. Just nip them up a bit. Pull those off. So there we go. That's the main bracing bars removed. Nothing else is undone at this stage. Very simple and easy process. Down the back here, we have one bar, which is the number 10 bar. It's the shortest adjustable pole that you'll have in your kit. It does come with a number 10 on it. Once you remove that, the back of the van will fold down. Okay, so before that, we'll have a look at the seating area. Let's get that down flat. Okay, so we've got that area flat now. All things going well. Let's get down here. A couple of things to undo before we get into putting it down. In the back sections here, there's a zippered cover. This goes all the way to the end. Just make sure at the end here, you fold that right in underneath that bracket for this bar. Yep, it's very important for ease of closing. Okay, I'll just do the same to the other side. So we've got both those undone. Something important here, not that it's to do with putting it down, but when you put it up, there's some press studs in here. You want to be able to put a lot of pressure on these press studs. See them just down in here. So if we pop them off, when you're setting up, if you put all those on before you lift the main bras inside, you'll find that it goes together really easy. Just pop those two off on that side. Okay, I'm going to get the pillows down into this space here. There's a little bit of a process for doing this, but we've found the easiest way is to take the two biggest ones first. It's the one from the driver's side, put that down. The one here from the passenger side, put that straight on top. And then these two here, they're the two armrests for the main lounge area, the second bedding area. They can fit down in the space, and the other couple just go on top of those. So let's get into that. Right, yeah, one thing to be mindful here, don't overpack this area, because these metal legs on the table can seriously damage that foam area. If you want to be super careful, you can get a small bit of ply, put over the top there to make sure you don't damage anything. Let's put the table on now. Just rest that table in its two slots, keeping it upright. Push it in there. We can zip that area up, and just make sure you take them out of the plugs, out of the sockets. Not getting caught up in anything. Pretty easy to do. They're the two plugs for the lights. Nice and easy. This is the main bit that folds over. Just going to make sure that this vinyl here, doesn't get caught in that hole. Well, now we're nearly finished inside. Just have to unlock that main red bar, then we can go and slide the back in. There's no particular trick with this. Just to get that lever all the way across, lift it up, just secures things at the side there. So, just put that all the way across to there. You won't have any dramas. Okay, just got to make sure from the outside all this canvas is out of the road, ready to slide forward. And now we're outside. Let's pop a few more press studs off around the door on both sides. That's what I was talking about here, this flap. Yeah, just make sure the flap is pulled forward so it doesn't get jammed when we bring that hinge across. Okay, trick for young players, always make sure you've closed this door. Yep, because when this swings over, you won't be able to close the door anymore, and you'll be unpacking it all and doing it again. Very simple here, you don't necessarily need the key. You can just reach over, get this lock here, just turn it. Just walking around the trailer now, we'll undo these press studs and the ones on the side, make sure nothing else I've forgotten. Just go around to the other side here. This is Velcro. A little clip, all that's fine. Just watch here in this sail channel that your tent is not coming out of it. It's not coming out of it, that's the bit at the end, but you find a little bit of hard nylon in there. You want that to stay in the channel at all times. Okay, so when we come around the back of this trailer, we're going to push it in now. So make sure that as much of this tent as possible goes up underneath that bar. You'll see it as we move forward. First thing we do though is we lift all of the tent inside. This is the stuff at the back. Just going to make sure that's all going to go in there nicely. Just before you push this in, make sure everything's as flat as possible, particularly up this end here, along here. So that's where the bed and the mattress is going to go down into. Okay. we're right. Check that all these things are clear here of the poles, any cables out of the road. And we're just going to push it in nice, gently. Yeah, so you see that tent going up underneath that crossbar? Yep. Close that up. If you get any fabric at all caught here, things won't close properly. There we go. Never had a trouble with this coming undone. So that's it for me at the back. Let's move around to the front section. Okay, so what you want to do at the front, just make sure that none of this is caught up over there. So just pull all that aside, make sure that's all nice and neat. It's all good. All right. We lift up these back bits. Lifting up all the way around this door area. Just goes inside, no big deal. Just checking again. Nothing's caught up anywhere. Yeah. And just fold inside. Over the top, so all this is coming down. Yep, into this area here. So all we've got to do now is lift it up. Okay, when we winch this open, this front winch we leave on with enough slack in it so that we can push up this front section. Just lift it straight up. Yep. It's a bit dirty, so I'm going to give it just had a big trip. So I can lift this all the way to the top center position, just a little bit past it, and then it will catch on the winch rope, and then I can tuck things in as we go down. So let's have a little go at that now. Okay, you can see it there holding on that front winch now. It's pretty much all you need to do, use the front winch. There is a back winch on the driver's side of the trailer. You can hook that up to the clip on the outside. You might be able to see it right up there. Just a tension both ways, but if you're all by yourself, you've got to work out some way of doing it effectively. So what we do now is we have a check around, see what things are in and what things aren't in. Again, I don't know whether you can see, looking through there, see how that still out. So we want to be able to reach in there somehow. Reach in, grab the bottom, just pull it all forward. Yeah. So you can see down there now, maybe. There's nothing trapped in there. As you're tucking things in, if you have a look in here, there's quite a lot of room down in there, quite a lot of space. Yep. So we need things to go down into that space. So these poles that are flapping around, just going to make sure they're evenly in and that they're actually going down, not getting caught on anything else. So it's quite neatly tucked in at the bottom so far. Let's walk around to the other side. You can see here, that's a little bit caught up on whatever's under there. So just move that around till we can get that to go down. The other bar to go down. We just want more of this to fold in as we go. Just coming around here again. If you're not careful to those wires, I'm going to make sure they're out of the road and there's no canvas stuck in there. Again, hold it around down in there. Yep. I want to make sure everything's flat. That bar's down, not caught on anything. It's a little bit windy here, but things are tucked in. Now we'll just come around to the front winch. Just lower her down. and lower her about a third of the way. Yep, it's around about here. So there's not too much pressure on. You can still make any adjustments. Checking in there again. Yep, all the way through, that's good. Take these down inside the door. There, you'll feel the bars in there. Just got to make sure they're down. Good. Step forward. Everything looking good on this side. Back to the other side again. Just looking in here. Making sure. Yep. Feel the bars again. Push them in. Make sure they're going down where they need to. Okay, a little bit fiddly, but certainly worthwhile taking your time. Go down again. Come around. Again, look through. No problems. So it's pretty much all down. That's the last bit. Okay. Cool. That's pretty much what it looks like. Here are all sorts of ideas about air being trapped. We didn't have to use those windows to get into at any time, so I must have done a good job so far. So I'll just unlock the kitchen here. It does make for the air escaping just a little bit better. Haven't really seen too much difference, but there is quite a bit of air in there, so we'll see. To where the winch won't wind it down anymore. Just come around here and have a little check again. All sides are beautiful. Now this back area. Yep, bed's in the right place. This goes in quite nice, easily. Still plenty of room down in there. Yeah. Now, some people at this stage get someone to sit on it, poke in the rest of the canvas and latch it up. I'm just going to have a little go at pulling it down a little bit stronger. We'll see how far we can get it. Let me do that now. So just by pulling on it a little bit, managed to get it down to this stage. If you're strong enough, you can bring this all the way down to around about here, and you can get that over center hitch up onto it and pull it right down. Now, if you're not so strong, just going to show you what to do with this winch. Yeah, just to make it easier for yourself. So you got to go back down there, unwind it so that there's enough rope to go down around this back bar, back up onto the clip. So I'll show you how that's done right now. Just go forward and unwind it. When I come back, it'll all be hooked up. Okay, so we've unwound the winch down around that rear bar, back up onto the top. A couple of things to look out for here. Make sure that that's just not pulling on the painted area only. Just get a little bit of belt under there, or you can make a little plastic box. You can buy them at Bunnings. It's a little tea box, a little plastic cover that goes over there, so we don't want to damage. Now we don't have to put a whole lot of pressure on here. This is pretty much all the way down now anyway. So I'll start winding and you watch it go down. and you've got to get it down far enough to get a couple of these over center latches on. So you don't want to pull it all the way down and start bending this top cover. Okay. Alright, it's just enough now to get a latch on it. Again, you don't want to go too far, so it starts to get a little bow in it. You don't see too much of that, so just go around, making sure everything's tucked in. Just have a look down the side, because if anything's out, that's where you start to get water and dust coming in. If you just take your time setting up here, you'll be fine. Okay, let's go around. First over center latch, doing this from the front. Up and over, just pushing on it. Beautiful. Go around, do the other one at the front. Excellent. I typically just come around here to this back one, up and in, pull that one down. Haven't found any problems using this drawbar, just to get that extra leverage. So push that up. Comes off there. Not scratching too much, so we can see there, still in good condition. Yeah, so if you're gentle with it, it'll be gentle with you. So before we go back to the front, let's get the rest of these latches in place. And there you have it. Beautiful. Just make sure all of these over center latches are pretty much adjusted the same, so that you've got the same gap all the way around. The tighter you do it, the quicker your rubber will wear out. Yeah, so you just want a nice solid closure. Okie dokie. Well, that's about it for the tent. I won't go through all the obvious things. This just lifts straight up, rack straight down, and you're up and running. Okay, thanks for watching.